What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Premier League predictions video. I'm here with Eric. Say what up, Eric.
What up?
And we are getting right back into another week of Premier League predictions. We had an eventful week again last week. We could potentially have another one this week. Are you ready to get started with these predictions?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, starting right off the bat, we have the Gunners, Arsenal versus Aston Villa. This is definitely going to be one to watch. What's your thoughts on this?
Yes, this is going to be a good game. I'm just going to get right off into this. I'm going to take the Gunners. I think Arsenal is going to come off of the draw last week against Brentford. They're going to go back to where they were. They're going to take the win over Villa, who lost last week 3-1 against City.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Arsenal's definitely got to prove that they're not stalling here. And yeah, we haven't seen the result yet, but that Arsenal Man City game is going to be huge as well. Definitely going Arsenal. I just think they're going to be gunning for a win here. So I think they're going to get it done. Moving on, we got Brentford, Crystal Palace.
Okay, so Brentford CP. This is going to be a good game. Both of those teams drew. As I said, Brentford drew with Arsenal last week, 1-1, and CP drew 1-1 with Brighton last week. I'm going to take Brentford in this game. I think that overall they're the better squad. I think that they're playing at a little bit higher of a level this year. CP is still a good team, and they took the draw against Brighton last week, which is another really good squad. So they've proven that they can perform, but I'm going to take Brentford.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. I'm also going to go Brentford. Next up, we got the Wolves versus Bournemouth.
Okay, so Wolves versus Bournemouth. This is a lower level game in the table. It should be a good game to watch for what they're playing for. Both of them are still, fighting to secure themselves. I'm going to take a draw in this match, though. I think both the teams are going to put everything on the table. We're really going to see what they're made of, but I think it's going to end in a draw.
Yeah, I could see that happening. There were a lot of draws last week. Wasn't really expecting that, but obviously that's possible at all times. So I'm going to go with the Wolves. I'm just going to go throw one out there and go with the Wolves.
So
moving on, we got Brighton, Fulham. I'm going to just go right off the bat. I got Brighton in this one.
Yeah, so Brighton-Fulham is a really good game this week. It is, I think, the 6-7 spots. It's going to be really good to see. I think that I'm going to take the Brighton midfield and defense over the Fulham attack. I think that Brighton's going to take the win here, but it's going to be a good game to see, and it's going to have some serious implications on the table.
Yeah, definitely. So, moving on, we have another one, battle for relegation here, unfortunately, for both these teams, because I'd like to see both of them stay. But Everton versus Leeds United. Can you tell me, what did Everton do last week? Do you remember?
Okay, so Everton, if I look back, Everton lost 2-0 to Liverpool on Monday night, or on
Monday. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Liverpool kicked it back into gear. So, yeah. But Everton proved something against, it was Arsenal, right?
Yep.
Yes.
They took the draw.
I'm gonna have to go with Everton here. I don't think they're too far off, and I think they could get it done against Leeds.
Yeah, so like you said, this is a battle for relegation. Like you also said, I wouldn't like to see either of these teams go. Leeds lost 2-0 against United last week, and Everton lost 2-0 to Liverpool. I'm gonna join you in what you're saying about Everton. I think that Everton is gonna come back and play well. I think it's gonna be another draw, though. I think once again we're gonna see both of these teams put everything on the table, and we're really gonna see what they're made of this week. But realistically, I think it's gonna end in a draw.
Yeah, I could see that one definitely happening too. Moving on, we have Chelsea versus Southampton. Chelsea really should be kicking it into gear, getting things done. They're going to have their Champions League going on, round of 16, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to have to go Chelsea here.
Yeah, so Chelsea drew last week 1-1 with West Ham, which is, not the greatest performance from Chelsea. I really think that they should have done better last week, but it is what it is. Southampton took a loss last week to Wolves, so they're trying to come back and redeem themselves. I think I'm going to take Chelsea this week. Chelsea's just been in a decent form. I think that they're the better squad overall. I think they're playing a better game currently, but I'm willing to be shocked. I think it'll be good to see what Southampton has to say, especially against this Chelsea squad, but I'm going to take Chelsea.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. And in this next one, no disrespect to Nottingham Forest, but I think Man City's going to pull off this dub this weekend. Man City's just going to be hungry, looking for a win. They got it done against Aston Villa last weekend. I don't see them slowing down anytime soon, so I'm going to have to go Man City in this one.
Yeah, so I like what you said. Nottingham Forest is a really good squad, and I think what they're doing is good. I think with the addition of Navas, they've just become an even more well-rounded squad. But I also like what you said about City. City taking the 3-1 lead over Villa, and Nottingham losing to Fulham last week 2-0 really makes you kind of question what they're going to put out there on the field, especially against a really strong squad like City. Yeah. I'm going to take City in this one. I think it's going to be good to see how Nottingham bounce back from the loss against Fulham. See if they can shake it off and, come back to play. And if they can perform against a good City squad, I'm welcome to the surprise. But I think the City's going to take the win.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Next up, Newcastle versus Liverpool. This should be a very eventful one. Liverpool is trending upwards, but me personally, I think Newcastle's going to play a little spoiler here again, and Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool are going to be left looking puzzled once again, I think. So I'm going to go Newcastle.
Yeah, I like what you're saying. Liverpool, like I said earlier, took the 2-0 lead and win over Everton last week, which was a big game for them in the Merseyside derby. Bournemouth and Newcastle last week drew at 1-1, so that's kind of a hit to the Newcastle squad and what they've been trying to play here. I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one. I think that Liverpool are going to keep the momentum rolling. I think that they're going to try and keep the ball going, and I think that Newcastle is going to be a little shaken by their draw to Bournemouth last week.
Yeah, I could agree with you there. We also need to note that Newcastle is legitimately in this race, so this game this weekend could define, are they going to make that push for the title? I would say they are still in that title race as of now. But like you said,
as of now,
that draw did hurt them this past weekend.
Yeah, dropping points to Bournemouth, if you're Newcastle right now, is tough. Out of everything that's happened to you this season, that's probably going to be the one to hurt, especially right now when, like you said, they are still in talks for winning and, being at the top of the table and holding positions. But quite frankly, I think what's going to happen here is Newcastle, they're going to bounce back, but I just don't think that they're going to be able to bounce back as high as Liverpool. And I think that they'll be able to keep the push going for, high seeds in the table. But, we'll just have to see.
Yep, we will see indeed. And moving on, we have another big match, Man United versus Leicester City. This is not going to be an easy walk in the park by any means for Man United. I'm expecting to see a good match, and I'm going to go spoiler here. Definitely no disrespect to Man United, but I think Leicester City might pull out a spoiler win here, so I'm going to go Leicester City.
Yeah, I mean, the form that Leicester's in right now is really good. They beat Tottenham 4-1 last week.
Yeah,
which,
that was good.
Quite frankly, I think shocked everyone.
Definitely.
But, the form that Leicester's in right now, they are not to be, crossed. You don't want to unprepare for them. You want to be ready and you want to play your game and you want to play it really well. United won last week 2-0 over Leeds, so, not the greatest victory, but it is a victory nonetheless, and I think that the United squad's playing really well right now. I think that the explosiveness of Leicester is going to be something to see. If they can keep the momentum rolling, if they can keep the high intensity, play to win, get in there, play your game, make United react to you, I think what's going to happen here is Leicester's going to take the win. But quite frankly, I don't think they're going to be able to keep the high explosive energy that they had last week against Tottenham. maybe next week or the week after they'll be able to get it back. But I think this week I'm going to take United.
All right, yeah, it's a fair stance on that one. And speaking of Tottenham, closing out our predictions this weekend, we have Tottenham versus West Ham. I'd like to say Tottenham will not fall to West Ham. If they do, even if it's a draw, that's going to be detrimental for Tottenham. So I really just have to go with the Spurs in this one.
Yeah, I like what you're saying on that. Tottenham right now need to keep the points rolling in. They can't afford to drop, especially to West Ham. Like we just said, dropping points to Leicester City 4-1, that's massive for Tottenham right now. They're still in contention for everything on the table right now, but that is a huge hit to them. And I think coming into next week, they're going to be hungry and ready. They're not going to unprepare for this match. They're going to be in better form. I think that West Ham, they're going to come in. They drew with Chelsea, so, they've proven themselves to be able to hold their own against, bigger clubs. But I think personally, I'm going to take Tottenham in this match. I just think that they're not going to want to drop any more points than they have to right now, especially when it really matters. So, Tottenham.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. And like I said, if they don't get 3 points here, that's detrimental for them. So, but that wraps up our predictions for this weekend, guys. We hope you do enjoy. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you are not already, and we appreciate you guys for subscribing and watching every week. And we'll see you guys later. See you.
See you.